Hey, what's going on, gamers and members of the Gaming Nation? I'm Buddy876 Gaming, a Gamers Card, and welcome back to another video. And today we are actually back on the Buddy876 Gaming channel because I'm continuing my Infinity War set of videos that I'm making. I have 3 in progress right now. They're all going to go up on this channel, so stick around if you want to see those. But today we are going to be taking a look at the Marvel Thanos theory on the Infinity Stones. It's going to be awesome. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go down through all the links that I have down in the description. And make sure you subscribe to all of those channels. My channel, my second channel, Gamers Card, and my good friend's channel. We do a lot of stuff together. So make sure you go and check those channels out. So without any further ado, let's get into the Marvel Thanos theory. So the Marvel Thanos theory was created back in, what was it? It was Phase 2 of the MCU, back when we started getting a little bit more insight into what the Infinity Stones were. And like what we'd already seen the Tesseract from the first Avengers movie, and the Space, and not the Space Stone, and the Scepter, which houses the Mind Stone. We'd also, by the time that Phase 2 rolled around, we'd seen the Reality Stone. And by the end of Phase 2, we had the Power Stone. So by this time, we had space, power, mind, and reality. 4 of the 6 Infinity Stones. And that's when people started to think, wait a second. Each of these different Infinity Stones is housed in a different item, and if we put them together, let's see, hang on, okay, Tesseract for space, Aether for reality, Orb for power, Scepter for mind, T-A-O-S. And then people put 2 and 2 together and thought, Thanos. Maybe all the Infinity Stones spell out Thanos. So, the Thanos theory goes as follows. The T in Thanos stands for Tesseract, which houses the Space Stone. The H was undefined until Infinity War when the Soul Stone came out. The A was Aether, or for the Reality Stone, seen in Thor the Dark World. The N was Necklace for Time Stone, even though it was never called a necklace, as seen in Doctor Strange. The O was the Orb for the Power Stone, which we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy, and the S was the Scepter for the Mind Stone that we saw in, I think it was Avengers Age of Ultron, in the original Avengers movie. And then the Mind Stone went to Vision. So right here we have Thanos without the H. So and people after Infinity War were racking their brains thinking, well, what could this H be? Spoilers ahead, warning. People, when we got to Infinity War, the Soul Stone was thought to have been with Heimdall or him. Heimdall being from Thor, and him being Adam Warlock with the Sovereign. Didn't turn out to be the case. It turned out to be on a planet called Vormir, guarded by the Red Skull, who, surprise, surprise, isn't dead. We all already knew that. But people were thinking, well, how does this play? Because Vormir, V, no, it doesn't work. Red Skull, R, no. He looks like a Wraith. Wraith, R, no. Death, no, that's a D. So for a couple days, people were racking their brain, and then videos popped up all across YouTube saying, we figured it out. And people are starting to think that H means heart. Because to get the Soul Stone, Thanos had to give up the one thing that he loved most. A soul for a soul. Throwing Gamora into the pit, breaking his heart in order to complete his conquest. Now that theory is good as a sound theory, but come on, necklace? Heart? No. I don't buy the Thanos theory. That's why I have been racking my brain trying to figure out how another theory would work. The Marvel theory. And this just came to me 2 nights ago. And as soon as this theory came to me, I thought, that actually works. So the Marvel theory is basically the Thanos theory, but using people instead of objects. So the people that wielded or are associated with these stones. So in the word Marvel, they have 6 letters, Marvel. And each letter would correspond with a different person who is represented by a different stone. So the M would of course be Malekith from Thor: The Dark World, who is paired with the Reality Stone or the Ether, because that was the major MacGuffin within that movie. The A would stand for Agamotto, for the Eye of Agamotto or the Time Stone, because Agamotto was the first Sorcerer Supreme and the creator of the Eye of Agamotto, which we see in Doctor Strange. The R is a difficult one, as well as the L, so we'll skip those for now. The V obviously stands for vision. You'd think it'd stand for Vormir, except we're talking about people. It stands for vision and the Mind Stone, which kind of goes hand in hand with L, which we'll get to in a little bit. E comes from Eson the Searcher, the Celestial who used the Power Stone in Guardians of the Galaxy that we saw in that flashback in the Collector's Room to destroy that planet, which some people are thinking is Titan. Now, the R and the L are 2 really difficult ones, which this is what took me the longest to come up with. The L obviously has to stand for Loki. There's really nobody else in the MCU with a name that starts with L. So you'd think he would be coincide with the Mind Stone because he had the Mind Stone in his scepter. But I did some thinking on this, and then I realized the reason he was given the Mind Stone by Thanos was because Thanos sent him on a mission to find the Tesseract, the Space Stone. And in the end of Infinity War, in beginning of Infinity War, the second stone, that Thanos received was the Space Stone from Loki, completing Loki's quest. You see, Loki only had his scepter for 1 movie. And after that, it was gone. It was in the hands of Hydra and then the heroes for Vision. So if you look at it, Loki has more of a connection to the Space Stone and the Tesseract than he does the Mind Stone, which is Vision, which takes us to the R. Now, originally, I was thinking Red Skull because Space Stone. You think, oh, it was the main MacGuffin in the Captain America the First Avenger, so Red Skull would have to go coincide with the Space Stone, but we already figured that was Loki. So who could the R be? Still gonna be Red Skull. There's nobody else in the MCU with an R. But how is he related to the 1 stone we have left? Well, wouldn't you know it, the Red Skull was the one who protected the Soul Stone. The reason that I chose Red Skull for the Soul Stone and not as somebody else were multiple reasons. 1, in Captain America the First Avenger, he was rejected by the Soul Stone, which means they didn't have a sort of bond which each character on this list needs to have to be relevant. Number 2, he was transported to Vormir for a century to guard the Soul Stone in a wraith-like form. And 3, Loki has a more mystical bond with the Space Stone than Red Skull ever would have, even say he had not been rejected by the Space Stone. So if you look at it from this angle, the Marvel theory is the one theory, in my opinion, that stands above the rest. The Thanos theory has a lot of problems, I'm going to be honest. Heart, necklace. The Eye of Agamotto was never referred to as the necklace. And Heart was never mentioned in Infinity War within that regard. So, I mean, that could potentially be what Kevin Feige was going for. He could have been going for the Thanos theory. He could have been going for the Marvel theory. He could have been going for neither, and we're just wasting our time. But that's what this is about. Kevin Feige keeps this stuff confidentially to keep us interested in what he's doing. It keeps us guessing, keeps us thinking, keeps us formulating ideas, just so he can take those ideas and either make them work or make them not. So I have seen Infinity War. I'm working on my reaction video, but it's taken longer than necessary. I will have that out. That's one of the 3 that I'm working on right now. But I want you guys to go down to the comments, and just one comment is all I ask from everybody who watches and likes this video. One comment. Do you think the Marvel theory, Malekith, Agamotto, Red Skull, Vision, Eson, or Loki is the correct theory? Do you think the Thanos theory, Tesseract, Heart, Aether, Necklace, Orb, and Scepter is the correct theory? Or do you think that neither of them are the correct theory and there is no right theory? So go down in the comments and let me know. I personally like the Marvel theory, Malekith, Agamotto, Red Skull, Vision, Eson, Loki. It makes more sense to me that this was what they'd be going with rather than containment. Because you can house an Infinity Stone in anything. Honestly, you could house it in a rock for all you care. But it takes a special person to form a bond between a single Infinity Stone. The only problem with this theory is Thanos has that bond with all the stones thanks to the Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Okay. Gauntlet wouldn't work. That just came to my mind out of nowhere. But I personally think that the Marvel theory is the theory that's going to hold strong throughout this whole thing. But anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go down and comment your thoughts on these theories. And while you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell to keep you up to date whenever I release a video. I will be doing it a lot more frequently now that I have a little bit extra time. Make sure you subscribe to every channel that I have down there in the comments. And yeah, until next time, I will see you guys. Take care.